Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Dr. Ayin and all my dear classmates. This is Group 4. Our topic today is methodological change communication in the British Airways.
Our group members are Liu Ruiqi, LiangYu, Diao Lin, and Wang JinTao. My name is LiangYu. My metric number is 205164. Next, I will present the background of the case study for you. In 1971, British Airways mainly managed two airline companies, which were BEA, British European Airways, and BOAC, British Overseas Airways Corporation, and two relative small companies, which were Northeast Airlines from Newcastle and Cambridge Airways from Cardiff. However, in 1974, all these companies were dissolved to merge into one big company, which was the major airline, British Airways. As the largest airline of the UK, the main aim of BA is to achieve economies of scale and become a global network. However, it has faced many issues after its founding since 1974. As the largest airline in the UK, British Airways has faced serious problems in management and services towards customers due to the massive merger. Due to its monopoly on national roads and inconsistent service standards, BA has earned the moniker "bloody awful" among the public and media. Because of the merging of these airlines, there are now 215 aircraft, 50,000 employees, and a management structure with multiple degrees of incompatibility. What's more, the cultural clashes and the class division among the staff members led to serious problems. However, after the incorporation of Lord King, British Airways began to revive actively. One of the strategies by which Lord King applied to change the management system of the company was the transparent communication and effective change management. Transparent means that the information shared within the organization could be seen by all members. In detail, when Lord King decided to lay off, he gave his reasons that why restructuring the company was necessary to prepare them for the upcoming change, so that all members could understand why the change happened. Communicating change is a complex but continual process for an organization to survive. In the process of activating British Airways, which was initiated by Lord King, communicating change had played a crucial role in conducting changing procedures within the organization, especially among the employees.
Hi everyone, my name is Liu Ruiqi, and I'm going to continue the presentation with the detail of the case study. So, British Airways, it is the second largest in the number of passengers carried, and it is the largest airline in the United Kingdom based on the size of its fleet, international flights, and destinations. The British Airways Board was set up in the year of 1971 and to operate two nationalized airline companies, BOAC and BEA, along with two smaller airlines, Cambridge Airways and Northeast Airlines. These four airline companies merged on 31st March 1974 to conglomerate into British Airways. So after these four companies merged together, they faced a lot of different kind of issues. The first one is the cultural difference of company. But members of organizations belonging to different and diverse cultures interact with each other, and one of the cultures is required to adapt the practices and methods of another culture. It results in disruptive tensions. And the second issue is the issue of management system being imposed in company. BA implemented a very inflexible, preoccupied and hierarchical management system, creating status differences. The company also had problems being rule-oriented. The new management had problem identifying and addressing the need of their customers, which resulted in customers being unsatisfied. So in order to deal with those kind of issues, some changes are applied. So the first change was in 1979, when Mrs. Thatcher's new conservative government took the decision to privatize the airline. And the second most important change took place at the group level in the form of operational change, when it was identified by the leaders that there was inefficiency existing in the system. So in order to investigate the ways of improving customer service in 1983, a steering group was established in British Airways. After identifying the inward-looking rigid culture existing at the top of the management hierarchy, the chief executive appointed a new top management team whose job was to strengthen the customer-oriented culture within the company. Time Management International designed a training program for BA in order to respond to the needs identified in the audit. So how is monological change communication is applied in this case? First, people involved in this case spoke with the same voice and shared understanding, which means that they have the same aim and opinion. For example, for the decision of privatizing the airline, all people involved have the shared motivation, which is to reduce company borrowing, stimulate efficiency, and achieve popular capitalism. Additionally, operational changes in this case happen when all people's aim is to increase efficiency. And the second one is the power lies with those who make the decision about the change. For example, for the decision of privatizing the airline, the power lies with Mrs. Thatcher, who was the prime minister at the time. When a new top management team is being formed, the power lies with the chief executive.
My name is Wang JinTao, and today I will talk about the topic Tuesday, issues and solutions. And for our group, we choose the topic of monologic communication change in British Airways because the company makes monologic change for better management and development. Historically, British Airways has had financial crisis before. At the same time, we also noticed a larger communication problem of British Airways company. When British Airway company management system problems and control difference appeared, the company also realized that it needed to make changes, so merging the company became a necessary trend. The method was proposed by Lord King, and the employees all have the same ideas for change. These employees are more likely to follow the latter. It can be seen as monologic change communication. For the definition, it can be described as an occasion where one person speaks and another listens. However, there is no real interaction between participants since the communication is only one direction. And for issues, first one is inefficiency existent in the system. Measures such as reducing headcount levels and cutting production costs will taking place, and the company begin laying off staff systematically, since facing the wrath of an extremely unstable and disineffective workforce. And the second one is destructive conflicts arise when employees of companies with different countries interact with each other and one country is forced to adopt the costume and the ways of the other. The explanation is country mismatch or pressure. And the third one is facing the challenges of the modern environment. There is already a lot of capitalism and error in the industry. And for solutions, there are four contents to talk. The first one, the company reorganized through systematic and large-scale layoffs, reducing employee levels and reducing manpower in the company organization to consolidate the business. And second is to improve business efficiency and meet customer expectations. British Airways company established a steering group to improve customer service. The steering group suggests two actions to change the company's design-making measures in the name of people oriented, achieving the highest possible standard of customer service. And the third one is reorganizing the rigidity faced by the top management. The CEO made adjustment to appoint a new management team to strengthen the customer-oriented country. In terms of operations, employees were given the required authority to engage with customers, and the departmental structure was transferred into the functional structure. And the last one, in addition to making extra changes, internal attitude changes are also needed. Therefore, Time Management International designed a training plan for British Airways to respond to the needs identified in the audit, even linked with performance and compensation. By recruiting strong leaders, they can improve work effectively and energetically, and also provide customers with high-quality service to maintain long-term relationships with customers. That's for my part. Next presenter, please.
Then, in speaking of the benefits that the monologic change communication brought to British Airways, first, the attention paid by senior management to the problem makes all changes possible. The company's correct appointment of the chairman as well as the chief executive leader enabled the company to make the right decision. They also changed the whole management method to make the company more profitable. Second, it also changed the company's bad reputation. The company became higher in its efficiency and became able to satisfy customers' needs. The company formed a steering group in improving the company's internal and external attitude and service to customers. They turned the company's idea into people-oriented. Fourth, it reduced production costs. The company performed layoffs, but at the same time increased the functions of existing employees. Now, employees were endowed with the power they ought to have. For instance, the frontline staffs now could finally have a real experience to deal with real customers. Fifth, by linking performance to payment, the company recruited capable leaders and workers. It is far from enough for the company's senior executives to only encourage employees in spirit. The practical benefits of reasonable material or salary promotion will also encourage employees to become more confident and motivated. Lastly, for the lesson learned and conclusion. First, monologic change communication is important in a way that the quality of the leadership directly determines the quality of the enterprise. Similarly, the leader's personal behavior, working style, and personal accomplishments also directly affect the company's corporate culture. And second, the decisions of the top leaders should be made wisely and forcefully, and their attitudes should not be ambiguous so that the employees can seriously implement them. And finally, in this British Airways case study, it exhibits a successful example of monologic change communication. The appointment of the chairman and the chief executive leader happened to be capable as vice leader. However, this fortune may not be consistent when they apply monologic change communication in future to solve other newly popped up problems. It is necessary to formulate corresponding reform measures according to the problems and the characteristics in different stages of the enterprise. And that is all from our group. Thank you.